25 September marks the annual World Pharmacists Day, as the world commemorates the day with the theme From Research to Healthcare, your pharmacist is at your service. We have in the studios pharmacist Chinelo Henrietta Okonkwo from the National Hospital, Abuja. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
All right. Now, what do you make of this year's theme, From Research to Healthcare, your pharmacist is at your service?
Yeah. Today we celebrate World Pharmacists Day, and the theme was strategically pointed out to show the importance of pharmacists in healthcare and in research, because the pharmacist has been doing a lot in research, not just from when a patient is ill. We start researching before the patient is even ill. We look at the society holistically. You can see pharmacists are well located in strategic positions in the communities. So we look at the society as a whole and then think of what is needed. We go back to the research and work on it. We develop drugs that can help in the society. For instance, if we see that fertility is an issue, the pharmacist goes back to the lab and starts working on what will be good to assist our people. So it's not just when somebody is sick that we come in. That's why the theme was chosen.
So in other words, pharmacists are very important in society. All right, now who is a pharmacist?
Okay, pharmacist is a health professional like myself, trained and licensed to practice by the regulatory authorities as a pharmacist, who is a health professional who is someone who has been trained to dispense drugs, to manufacture both in small quantities and large scale, to compound, to import, authorize, counsel, distribute, educate, research, a lot.
That's a whole lot.
Yes, it's not just the giving of the drugs to people in the communities.
Okay. Now, we know that in Nigeria, the menace of fake drugs is one that, has stands strongly as a threat to healthcare. Now, why has it, been impossible to overcome this trend in Nigeria?
Well, I would like to say that the menace of fake drugs is a global issue. It's not just in the developing countries. And it's actually a threat to any nation. And when the regulatory bodies are very strong, it's minimal. But where the regulatory bodies are not that strong,
well, as it is now, is it minimal in Nigeria? And does it have to do with the regulatory in your bodies in Nigeria? Would you say we've done so well in regulating it?
Well, we need statistics to actually tell you the degree of how fake drug is a menace. Because I can tell you that, like in US, every day they have this alerts they send to me on maybe recalling products that have impurities or particulate matters, recalling them, because they have a channel of distribution. But in Nigeria, we don't have a channel of distribution. Okay. We don't have central distribution channel whereby if there's any problem, you can record the drug from any point. And then because of the way we do our own supply chain system, it's actually difficult to tell, maybe by mere inspection, if this one is substandard, fake, or original products.
Okay, now that brings me to my next question. How does one look out for drugs that are fake before as a consumer? Now, what are those things we ought to look out for?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very interesting one. To be able to differentiate between original and the fake product is actually difficult by physical inspection. Okay. It's difficult because even the fake one may be more aesthetic than the original one. So you actually need to do some analysis.
Okay.
But pharmacists, by virtue of their training, if you supply drugs now that are counterfeit, something that I'm used to maybe dealing with, if I see it may not quickly say by inspection, but I can actually tell the difference either from the pack or from the use, but it's very difficult. You need to be very skilled for you to use mere inspection.
So for the ordinary person, how do we go about it?
Yeah,
just those little, I don't know, significant, just little things that we can look out for.
First and foremost, you have to buy drugs from a pharmacy shop. You go to a pharmacy to buy a shop. The chances of getting a substandard product is very minimal. And drugs are not like foodstuff, biscuits.
Okay, when you say pharmacy, sorry for cutting you short, can we differentiate? What do you mean by pharmacy? Because we have pharmacies, we have a chemist, I don't know, we have people just open and then they sell drugs. So how do we know, okay, this is a pharmacy, this is a genuine pharmacy that can purchase drugs from?
For every pharmacy you enter, there should be a pharmacist on duty.
Okay.
Both morning and evening. Okay. And we usually have logo, though some don't have, a green cross to show that this is a pharmacy.
Okay.
And a real pharmacy shop. So you can ask, you can enter and ask, I want to speak to the pharmacist. I want to see your pharmacist as a clue to show. And if you buy your drugs from pharmacy, you have, health is wealth. And prevention, they say, is better than cure. And prevention is kinder than cure. So it's better you source your drugs from the pharmacist. It's always better.
All right. Now, as a pharmacist, what's your take on issues that border on alternative medicines?
Well, as a pharmacist, I trained, even traditional medicine I studied.
Okay.
Because we start our research from plant products. We start, for instance, if somebody takes an abo, which they feel is, it has effect on malaria or tuberculosis or diabetes, what we do is that we take it to the lab, we work on it, test on animals, we do preclinical studies, and then if it works, then we have to extract that drug, look for the active ingredient, because all plants, even vegetables, they have phytochemicals, glycosides, alkaloids. The pharmacists that will understand what I'm talking about. So we isolate which part of that plant that has that ingredient, because some parts may be useless in the body or toxic, so you wouldn't know. So when we extract it, we simulate it, get the structure. We have machines and way we do about it. When we get the structure, we now formulate it into tablets, capsules, injection, what have you. Yeah, while the person is taking the drug, while it's in circulation, we still monitor it, see if there is any problem, take it back to the lab, look for a similar molecule that will maybe be safer. So if you're taking natural products, no doubt whether they're effective or not. They may have, but the quantity you're taking,
dosage.
Yeah, in toxicology, we are told that everything is a poison, but the dose, it's the dose that matters. So if you're taking natural products, my advice to you is always do liver function tests, check your kidneys, because you wouldn't know the one you're taking if you're taking both the good one and the bad one. But we have a way of checking, and some of them are very safe and safe doses. Because they are also good.
All right, moving on to the next section. Talking about adverse drug reactions, how best can patients know that a particular drug doesn't agree with their body makeup?
That's a very good one. Thank you for that question, because I monitor adverse drug reaction. If a patient takes drug, there are many things. Adverse drug reaction is not just skin reaction, like everybody knows Steven Johnson syndrome. So if you take drug and then you have maybe that drug is supposed to cure malaria, it's supposed to cure headache, and you notice that you're throwing up, you're stooling uncontrollably, you are reacting. First and foremost, you have to stop. And then you have to talk to your pharmacist, or you get back to your prescriber and the doctor, not anybody, maybe your mother can prescribe, and let us check where the problem is coming from. Please, if you take any drug, you notice rashes from that drug, you have to stop, because it may be severe if you continue. And there are so many other reactions. It's a pharmacist who has this training on drug history that can actually tell you that the problem you have is that this drug have done some interaction which your body does not need, either with the disease or with another drug, and it's causing you a problem.
Right, before I let you go, finally, yesterday I walked into a pharmacy, one of the big pharmacies in Abuja here, and I tried to purchase a drug, and I was asked to go get a doctor's prescription, because the drug actually had codeine as part of the ingredient, and I had to go back and get the doctor's prescription for that particular drug because I was getting it for someone. Now, my point is that should that be, on some particular drugs, or it should be on almost all the drugs to reduce the cases of self-medication we have in Nigeria?
I'm happy you went to a pharmacy and they asked for prescription. If you didn't go to a pharmacy, they would have given you.
Like that.
Yeah, so thank you very much for doing that. Codeine is a controlled drug. Codeine is a control. That's why you were asked to get prescription. We also have prescription-only medicines like antibiotics. But you see, if you go to a pharmacy shop, they will have to find out why you're taking it. But if you go to anywhere to get this kind of drugs, they may not bother. They just trade and give you. Codeine is a controlled drug. And as of today, a lot of youths, so many people, are abusing some of these drugs, and there are lots of consequences.
How can we ensure proper regulations? There are policies. What can really be done to restrict, the purchase of this drug?
The first is this restriction of use. What do you want to do with the medication containing some of these things? Is it a prescription? Is it genuine? And then the pharmacist, each time you buy drug, even in the hospitals, they note that this patient always comes for this drug. Maybe the patient has severe pains, severe cough. They can quickly detect who is getting addicted, and they stop it. But other people may not really know. So one of the ways of curbing this is to go to the pharmacy, who always ask want to
Okay.
know, because it's
Why
not
you're
just
getting it.
not just paying for it, but your well-being,
Yes,
so that you can always
matters.
come back. That's the way. Then government can also come in and place some ban in distribution. Because
Yeah.
if only pharmacies are trying to control this, they are found in so many places under
course,
corners.
of
So
course.
once you go, they give you what you want.
Of course. All right, thank you very much, Pharmacist Chinelo, for coming on the news tonight. It was nice having you.
Thank you too.